The Monroe Public School Board's education meeting. Today is Tuesday, December 10th, 2024. The time is 7 p.m. Could we have roll call, please, Jamie?
Yes, Dr. Barron,
Here.
Mr. Heck,
Here.
Mrs. Myers,
Here.
Mr. Van Washenova.
Here.
Mrs. Vincent.
Here.
Mrs. Williams. Here. Mr. Zimmerman.
Here. Could we stand for the pledge, please? Before we begin, as a reminder, if you wish to address the board in public commentary, please make sure to fill out a public commentary form located on the table by the door, which is back there. And once you have filled that form out, please hand it to our administration assistant, Ms. Jamie. Superintendent Shaw, are there any additions or deletions to this evening's agenda?
Yes, we do. We will be adding new business item B3C, Dean of Students position, Transportation, and moving hiring of Trista Geyer as District Dean of Transportation from consent agenda to new business item B3D.
Can I have a motion?
And I would move to adapt the agenda with the two changes as suggested by Superintendent Shaw.
Is there support? Jamie, could we have roll call, please?
Yes, Mrs. Williams.
Yes.
Mrs. Vincent.
Yes.
Mr. Van Washenova.
Yes.
Mrs. Myers.
Yes.
Mr. Heck,
Yes.
Dr. Barron,
Yes.
Mr. Zimmerman.
Yes, and the motion passes. Superintendent comments. Superintendent Shaw.
Hey, thank you, sir. So it is with great excitement as I look out over here on this side and this side too. Okay, but we're gonna look here first and see our students from Orchard. And Mr. Drew, it's your time, man.
Yeah.
So we've got James Drew with us. James, what year are you in at Orchard High School?
3.25.
We love
How many hours and minutes?
I like that, sir. Before, James, as you're coming up there and getting everything set up, I want to pass out a couple of compliments to Orchard, to Mr. Drew and his team there. Orchard Center High School has come a long ways, and it has everything to do with this man standing right here, his consistency, being there every single day, being a part of all that goes on. And he truly understands our students that are part of Orchard, and truly loves and cares for every single one of our students at Orchard. And so, Mr. Drew, I appreciate all you do at Orchard and taking that leadership role. And so that tonight, I know we've got some wonderful students and staff here going to have a presentation. So the floor is yours, sir.
Well, Mr. Shaw, thank you. Very kind. We appreciate that. I appreciate the board too for having us here. You guys supported us. We really appreciate that. I get to talk to most of you at some point throughout years or over the years. And so I respect you all and I appreciate you guys having us here. The cabinet, thank you guys. Appreciate y'all. I get to work with y'all pretty often. And it's always been great. Jamie, thank you too. All right. So I'm going to introduce some students and a couple staff, and then we'll all kind of have a role. And then we have a couple questions for you guys too. So be ready. Okay. So we have
notes then?
no notes necessary. I think it's going to be a pretty easy quiz.
Okay.
So we have Jashira, Josiah, Madison, and Maze. And each one of them will be talking about their journey and why they're here at Orchard or Monroe Virtual. For you guys, obviously you know, we've combined under one roof, and Courtney is the director at the other end. And she's been very valuable in my ability to do my work. Everything I need to know, everything I have questions about, adjustments we're making, meshing together of kind of two schools under one roof and looking at the vision. And we're still looking at that. We're looking at ways of getting the students that are in virtual more opportunities to participate in person as far as the extra things that you guys are going to hear about. And that's kind of in process kind of thing as we go. And then Ashley Julius, she's our Pazzo School Climate Liaison / post-secondary planner. Yes. And she's been a great addition. Last year, she worked as our commit sub. This year, she's adjusted herself to a new role, and she's jumped right in, and she's really a great part of the team. So, all right, guys, if you would, stand up, everybody. and then we'll get going. All right, let's see here. Put my glasses on. Get a little older. All right. So we'll talk about our mission. This isn't necessarily our official mission statement. I think one of our goals will be to work on a mission statement that better matches both schools combining. So what we did is we talked about this a little bit, and we made a couple of adjustments, but that's like a work in progress. Our mission is to provide alternative routes to education for the students of Monroe by creating meaningful learning experiences and helping them develop into productive citizens with a solid post-secondary plan. So that's where we're at right now. And we're working our way toward that way, and I think you'll see tonight as we're talking, you'll understand some of that. We believe we're one of the more diverse schools in the county. The graduation rate is in flux, which is something we continue to work on. OSCHS, as of this morning, had 100 students, and MVHS had 196. We anticipate the 99 to go up throughout the year, because as the year goes on, there's more need, especially from Monroe High School and a couple other outsources that come in. Probably get up to somewhere in the 120 range normally. So in the community, so I made some adjustments, but this is the old program, so we're going to move on the fly here, okay? So it's not a problem. I didn't send you the newest one. It's my fault. So in the community, let's see here. Ashley Julius, where you at? Yeah, go ahead.
So I have had the opportunity to lead my students in our community in meaningful interactions with Monroe County. We've seen different historical sites like the Woodland Cemetery where General George Custer is buried. We've been to the water treatment plant to learn about what goes on there. And we are just trying to make connections so that our students realize what a great community they live in and all of the wonderful things that they can do after they leave us and spread their wings to fly. We also have a lot of volunteer programs going on at Orchard and MVHS. We have done a grocery giveaway this year. We have a peer-to-peer program where our students go and sit and interact and basically just hang out with kids at the Monroe County ISD, and that has been a positive interaction for both our students and their students, and we really have enjoyed that one. We're also planning on delivering Christmas cards to the Lutheran home, and any other kind of positive ways to interact that come up. Our students are really eager to participate in. We've got just great feedback, and they've had tons of good things to say about their volunteering opportunities. So it's been a real pleasure to share with them the joy of, providing service to others. We also have a lot of cool opportunities at the school. We are a part of the district-wide PBIS incentives program, and so we are reinforcing positive behaviors at school, positive social interactions, academic goals being met, attendance goals being met. We're reinforcing those with rewards that the kids are really enjoying, things like candy or special game days, other events and experiences that they can purchase with their PBIS points, and that has really shown us an improvement in the school culture overall. We've got people cleaning up litter in the hallways, and we've got people complimenting each other, and it's really encouraged a great kind of change of pace over there. We've also got things going on for the holidays. We do a Knight's Giving meal for our students where we all get together like a family and sit down for a Thanksgiving meal. Christmas, we'll be doing the night before Christmas. It's all night themed because we're the Knights, right? And so we'll be doing cookies and stuff like that before we leave for Christmas break. We have just been trying to create a fun, positive school environment that involves all of our community and all of our students together. And yeah.
All right, so this is the career exploration. Courtney will start talking about a little bit. Some of these things she's directly involved in as a director. Other things she works cooperatively on, and some of the other things are partially on more of the OCHS side.
So this year, with me being at Orchard, we have incorporated the co-op work-based learning for students, and we just had 2 new Orchard students start with the technology department today. And we also have another work-based learning student who is working at Hometown Pharmacy right now. And we also have 3 students in the building that are in the Michigan College of Beauty program, 2 virtual and 1 Orchard student. And we're looking forward to more opportunities, hopefully trimester 2, trimester 3, for students to continue work-based learning or start dual enrollment and all the other things that we can provide that our students sometimes don't get the opportunity for because they're not usually in the building with us.
So one of the things that we kind of focus on too is this idea of equity. I think most of the times when I come talk to you guys, I try to mention the word equity. It's something we always need to kind of keep at the forefront to make sure that our kids have the same opportunity other kids have in any other traditional high school. So we're setting up those programs. We'll have a direct college, 2 direct college students, I think, starting in January. Co-op. So there's several of our different. We have 9 students that got early accepted at community college. Ashley was integral into that role. One of the students is here tonight, Deshira. Yep. Well, it's kind of nice because we work with the community college, Dr. Kojo and Amanda Althouse and several other people out there to get opportunities for our students to go out there or them to come to us and work with them to make sure that our kids have every opportunity to see whatever path they want.
Mr. Drew, while you're in transition, I wanted to say that we also have a couple other Orchard student athletes that are on the high school JV basketball team. So again, that equity piece and making sure our students are celebrated and have the same opportunities as everyone else. So
Yeah.
we're and a
And a virtual student on the girls basketball.
fantastic.
So, and we encourage that. The coaches have worked out, the coaches and Dr. Hessen and the rest of the athletic staff has really worked hard with us. Coach Reed comes to the building. Coach Andre Smith comes to the building. They've ingratiated themselves with our students and they want to let them be a face there so they know that there's an opportunity for that. Same with the dances and the different types of things that they want, that they can be involved with. So when I first got there, there wasn't as much involvement. We're looking to keep that growing and growing and growing so that the kids can have every opportunity that they want, either post-secondary or within the district itself and the district offerings. Okay, Deshira, you're up. This is Deshira Overstreet. She's a junior at OCHS.
First, I want to say hi, everybody, and thank you for the congrats. And I have a couple of questions for you guys. How many of you graduated from a traditional high school? Okay. How many of you graduated from Monroe Public Schools? Okay. Can you imagine what life would be like if you had struggled in a traditional school and had no alternative to education?
That's meant more of as a rhetorical question.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, guys.
No, you're good. We could probably talk about that one all night as far as comparison. But
Okay.
the idea is that you guys as a board provide these opportunities. Our students, a lot of them, if they went a traditional pathway, were not on the right path to graduate. And Deshira and the others are examples, and they're going to talk about their story a little bit, of opportunities that are provided by the board and by Monroe Public Schools to allow those things to happen. So we're proud of these guys, right? Thanks, kiddo. All right, so we have Madison Fultz.
So I started at Monroe Virtual High School my 9th grade year after a rough start at Monroe High School. It was just too big and too much drama. I have excelled in online courses and worked diligently to get good grades. I am currently a co-op student working at Hometown Pharmacy, and I have started working towards my pharmacy technician license. My plan is to graduate early with Monroe High School diploma, then pursue a career as a pharmacy technician.
Madison, are you going to graduate maybe a little bit early?
I hope so, yes.
Yeah, she's on a pathway.
So we're getting there.
So another thing we can offer then is if kids come and work hard, we can give them opportunities to pathways and do extra to be able to finish up earlier than what their graduation would be. And at first, when I first got there, I was a little uncomfortable with the idea of sending kids out early because I was like traditional, right? And David and I and several others went to the state of Michigan, MBE, the conference, and they were like, why are you worried about it? As long as they're doing the things they're supposed to and competent in the areas we want them to be competent in, then they've earned it. So we're all right, ISIS isn't here tonight, so we're not going to think about this slide. And Deshira, your slide's not in here, but I'll just have you talk about your story. You don't have to look at that slide.
Okay.
See Deshira.
Okay, so
Just tell us about your experience.
I came from the high school also, again, what Madison said, it was just too much drama. I would like to say I went there with no backup. I went there thinking high school was just about making friends and learning more about people and about higher opportunities for people who just want to like do things. Like I had a class for draft and design. I wasn't really thinking about me graduating and going to college for architecture and real estate until I had that class. That was something I really enjoyed. So when I found out that I could graduate early at Orchard, I just decided to take that opportunity and do a class when I turn 18 for real estate, go to college for business management, and start there. And that's it. And Orchard, I'm sorry, thank you. And Orchard helped me, a couple of the staff helped me, Miss Julius, helped me get to my goal. And I very much appreciate you, Mr. June, and Miss Julius, and all the other Orchard students. Yeah.
This is Josiah Mincy. He's with the virtual program.
Hello, everybody. My name is Josiah. I started online school in 7th grade. Because in regular schools, you can't come home early, and my dad had to work, and my grandma was very sick. So I had to stay home sometimes so I could do my work online to take care of my grandma. And I really, like, in the high school, it's too many people for me. So, like, I'm not really good at socializing, but I am in a small group, but not like a big environment. And I feel like having to walk across the building and a lot of classes would be too much for me. And I really enjoy having the opportunity to work when I need to and like when I want to, because it gives me like my own responsibilities to do my own work. And I really just enjoy the school. And the thought of being able to graduate early is really appreciated. And I want to do that. So, oh my God, I'm so bad at speaking. But
Josiah earlier this year got to take advantage of being in school as part of his hours that he brings to the school. He comes to school for virtual. He was able to come down and see one of the programs we put together for other students in another part of the building. So it's one of those like baby steps for us, right? How can we get the kids from one end of the building, one other end of the building together for opportunities? So he got his chance to see Corporal Latrell McNary from DPD came down, and she's the forensics professional for the Detroit Police Department. And she brought some photos and brought her wisdom. And after she came, we had another former probation officer from Monroe come and talk to different students. And we've had a couple other people come. So we went from 1 or 2 people interested in potential going into either corrections or law enforcement. Now we have 6 or 7 kids that are interested in it. So we're trying to provide opportunities for them to seek greater access to that area and kind of build up on that, build that momentum, right? So as we find out things, we group kids, build that momentum, and let that momentum push them into the real world. And so we can help them along the way. So thank you, Josiah. How was that day? Eye-opening? It was very eye-opening. All right. So we have Maze Bondarenka here.
Hi, I'm Maisie. I have been to a lot of high schools around here, and I found Orchard. I struggled in the past with my teachers, and I have been welcomed with open arms by the teachers and staff at Orchard Center High School. I finally feel like I am part of one big family. I never thought I would graduate, but now here I am, and I know I will make it happen. After I graduate, I would like to go to college to become an upper elementary school teacher.
But
Probably will have a job for you when you
so someday, when you get done with all your schooling, you're gonna come back here, and a board will be there to welcome you to Broken Hill School as a teacher, hopefully.
Okay.
That'd be cool, and we'll help you get there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty much the end of our presentation. We just want to thank you guys for letting us come and share this with you guys. We're excited about our future. We're excited about where we're going. We're excited to have the opportunity again to come share with you guys next year or before that if big things come up. But we really appreciate all of you, and I've talked to most of you. And I know that you guys support us very much, so we appreciate you guys. So thank you, board.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
Okay, so before you go, first, huge thank you. I know there may be some other comments in a second, but I gave you a lot to do at the beginning right here.
Yeah, thank you.
I appreciate that, but I'm now going to turn it over to Courtney. So Courtney, if you can step up to the mic, because how many of you up here have actually had a chance to meet Courtney before? Handful, not everybody. So Courtney being, David, you raise your hand, right? Oh, good. So Courtney handles all of our virtual. Okay, she is the master of handling that schedule, moving kids through the system from coming in the door to being at home. And so I just want to share my appreciation and for you, because we think about all that we do through our whole system, right? And honestly, we think about Orchard and James, and this is why it's a beautiful house, because for some of our kids, you're the last stop before dropout.
Yep.
And we understand that, and we thank you for your care and compassion for every single one of our kids as you think about their pathways and then creating opportunities to bring them in and say, hey, take a look, even though they're in a virtual setting.
Yeah.
And so I want to give you the floor here for a moment and just allow you to share anything that's on your heart about the work you get to do every day. And also, you got to share how long you've been doing our virtual
This
program.
is year 15 for me in the virtual, where we started with, I think, maybe 12 students in year one, all dropouts or expulsions. And now we're at, 200? I think during COVID, we were at 630. So now we're at a much more manageable number. I have a list growing right now for transfers at the semester. I think 15 or so as of today trying to come at the semester. And I think things have changed a lot since COVID. I used to see my kids every week, 5 hours a week, no matter what. So it was easier to build those relationships with them when they were sitting there, and it was just me. So they're all in my classroom. Now we've been struggling since COVID to try to bring them back in so that we can see them, build those relationships, and provide them opportunities that they wouldn't get if they were only at home or taking online classes from somewhere else.
Yes. And that's what I appreciate about you is thinking about how to keep the kids a part of everything that goes on so they have that experience right there while getting an education. And then I think the last part is, and David, I appreciate the work you've been doing with our virtual and with Orchard and allowing that for that flexibility and saying, what if? How do we get here? And we really saw the doors open up this year from CTE to dual enrollment to athletics to co-op.
Yeah.
And so kudos to all of you for that work right there, and to our 4 students. We can see your path and your future is bright, and thank you for coming tonight. So any board members have any questions, thoughts, concerns, points?
Yeah, I do, Andy. It seems to me, not to take away students from you, Courtney, but that we've had actually less expulsions this semester than we've had previous. Am I correct there? And is that?
We do not put things like that out in the universe, sir.
Okay. Well, congratulations. It seems like we're doing some good work. Yeah. All right.
But no, it's a testament. Again, to all of you that have never had the opportunity, if you want an opportunity, you gotta come to the Orchard graduation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just gotta
Absolutely.
come
It's a
there.
good experience. We get to, hopefully we will get good weather. This will be the third or fourth one for me. And we've been fortunate so far. It's beautiful having the whole community there. We have people that come from the houses nearby and around the area. We probably have, I think, probably maybe 500 to 600 people in the parking lot and seated. And it's just been awesome. It's the highlight of our year. Plus, it's like the culmination of something great for a lot of these students. Yep. So it's cool. It is. So you're all welcome to be there. We will have a spot for you with your name right on it.
So we appreciate you all being here tonight. I know that Wendy wants to make sure to get pictures of you out there, and so you don't have to stay. That's what I'm also telling you. So take the escape for pictures, and thank you so much for coming tonight.
Drew,
guys.
thanks for what you and your
Thanks
crew
again.
does.
Thank
You guys do a great job.
That's it.
That's it?
First round comments, sir.
All right, so that brings us to public commentary, board agenda items only. Darla, do we have any?
No, we don't.
All right, that brings us down to, let's see, board discussionary items. Next on our agenda is the board discussionary and action items reports. And we have our contracted service reports. Is there any discussion that any board member wants to add to this?
Contracted services.
Contracted services. Good, okay. Next is our consent agenda item. Are there any items that a board member would like to move off the consent agenda item and be moved over to new business? Okay, it's already been done.
And hearing none, then I move that agenda items B to A and to B to
To B.
D, right? Be
Uh,
considered consent agenda items be approved as recommended. Okay, I think all the way
Yep.
through the.
I'll second that.
All right, Jamie, could we have roll call, please?
Yes, Mr. Heck.
Yes.
Mrs. Miners.
Yes.
Mr. Van Washenova.
Yes.
Mrs. Vincent.
Yes.
Mrs. Williams. Dr. Behrens.
Yes.
Mr. Zimmerman.
Yes, and the motion passes. Mrs. Flynn, do we have any new hires here?
Yes, we do. As a matter of fact, we have some that I don't know their names, so I'm on this one. And I know Larry's always here to help me and,
Which
so-
Larry?
Yes, thank you. No, that one,
Twins.
one next to you. Okay, so the first person that we have that I know that's here is Chip Jackson. And as I say your name, if you're here, stand up and then I'll give you the rest of the directions. Okay? Thanks, Chip. The next individual is Stephanie Cherry. The next individual is Brittany Kleinow. The next one is William Cooper. Christy Durbin is not here. Miranda Uman, and Jaden Humphrey. And we do have one more hire, Trista Geyer.
Not yet.
Well, I know, but I want to make sure that that's not the young lady that I don't know who she is. You're not on this list, are you? Okay, perfect. All right. So if the board could stand up, what's going to happen now is we are going to have you come up, line up in front of the podium, and you're going to tell us who you are, what you're being hired for, and the special people that you brought with you tonight. Okay? Thank you. And then you're going to come around and shake our hands.
Okay.
And the next individual is going to come up. Okay?
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
My name is Chip Jackson. I'm the Dean of Students at Custer Elementary School, and I've recently been offered a position in Monroe Public Schools as Dean of Students. I have brought with me my lovely mom, my lovely wife, and my lovely sister, Amy, Shan, and Kelly. And I just want to say I appreciate the trust, or I should say the offer, the belief in me. I'll say this, my journey started almost 15 years ago. I was cleaning tables, a breakfast assistant at the middle school for you. I literally started.
And I appreciated it
I
too.
literally started from the bottom, and now we're here. So I really, truly appreciate each and every one of you giving me this time. Thank you so much.
You're gonna come this way. All right.
Ooh, presents.
Welcome aboard. Welcome.
All right.
Are you guys going to stay standing?
Oh, yes.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Cherry. I am Dean of Students at one of the deans at Monroe Middle School. I've been with the district 13 years. I actually started at Orchard, working there in a similar position, and then they created a new position at Monroe Public Schools called the Dean of Student Services at Monroe High, and I applied and got it. And I have grown to consider this district family. It has seen me through a lot of hard times personally, and I get such a thrill and such an honor out of serving the students and families in our district. I'm sorry I was late. I'm coming from class. I'm finishing a degree this next semester, so come see my senior show in March when I advertise. And I am just thrilled to be part of this district and honored that I was offered this position. So thank you.
So happy you're here. Amina.
Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
My name is Brittany Kleino. I was hired as your new district BCBA. I was actually placed at Custer last year through the ISD, so I am like familiar with the setting that I'm in. So right now I'm placed at Custer and Manor. I love it. I love it already so far, so everything's great. So thank you for welcoming to your team. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
My name is Jaden Humphrey. I was just recently hired for the restorative practice analysis at Custer. This is my first time ever being in a school, so I'm super excited for that, but excited to get back into using more of my ABA techniques and get away from doing all of my paperwork that I've been doing recently. So yeah, now I'm just really excited to start into my school journey and see where it takes me from there.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay.
Big congratulations to all of our hires. Don't go anywhere. There's not a lot left on the agenda, so we will be getting a picture afterwards, so that'll make Lindy happy there. So, there we go.
All right, before we move into our new business, I want to provide some background and content to our agenda items. All items on our agenda have either been discussed in depth at a prior work session and/or have been addressed in our weekly board briefs. So although it might seem that we move through this rather quickly, with our items, we want our public to know that we have thoroughly done our due diligence and reviewed prior to this meeting. Also, as a reminder, our work sessions are open to the public. Next, I will turn this over to Superintendent Shaw.
All right, so then our first item we have is the bid rejection. And it is a recommendation that you reject the bid from Reese Contracting for the demolition services inside of bid pack 7, and that those services would be rebid out.
Can I get a motion?
I'll move to reject the bid package.
Is there support? Any discussion? Hearing none, Jamie, could we have roll call, please?
Yes, Mrs. Myers. Yes. Mr. Van Washenova.
Yes.
Mrs. Vincent.
Yes.
Mrs. Williams. Yes. Dr. Behrens.
Yes.
Mr. Hack.
Yes.
Mr. Zimmerman.
Yes, and the motion passes. Next is the reinstatement recommendation. Malatsi.
Thank you, Mr. President. We ask the board to consider the recommendation of the Reinstatement Committee on this matter of student discipline and move to accept the recommendation of the committee for a conditional reinstatement of student A, or move to reject the recommendation of the committee and unconditionally reinstate student A, or move to reject the recommendation of the Reinstatement Committee and deny reinstatement of student A.
Is there a motion?
I'll move that we accept the recommendation of the committee and grant the conditional reinstatement of student A.
Is there support?
Support.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Jamie, could we have roll call, please?
Yes. Mr. Van Washenova.
Yes.
Mrs. Vincent.
Yes.
Mrs. Williams. Yes. Dr. Behrens.
Yes.
Mr. Hack.
Yes.
Mrs. Myers.
Yes.
Mr. Zimmerman.
Yes, the motion passes. That brings us to Dean, student position. Mrs. Flynn.
Yes, thank you, President Zimmerman. We're asking the board tonight to move to approve the position of Dean of Students Transportation.
Is there a motion?
I move to approve the Dean of Students for Transportation position as presented by Ms. Flynn.
Is there support?
Support.
Any discussion? Hearing none, could we have roll call, please, Jamie?
Yes. Mrs. Vincent.
Yes.
Mrs. Williams. Dr. Behrens.
Yes.
Mr. Hack.
Yes.
Mrs. Myers.
Yes.
Mr. Van Washenova.
Yes.
Mr. Zimmerman.
Yes, and the motion passes. Staffing recommendation, Mrs. Flynn.
Cindy.
Here you go.
All right. Tonight, we're asking the board to move to approve the appointment of Trista Geyer as District Dean Transportation effective December 11th, 2024.
Is there a motion?
I will move to accept, as Cindy stated.
Support?
Support.
Any discussion? We have roll call, please, Jamie.
Yes. Mrs. Williams. Yes. Dr. Behrens.
Yes.
Mr. Hack.
Yes.
Mrs. Myers.
Yes.
Mr. Van Washenova.
Yes.
Mrs. Vincent.
Yes.
Mr. Zimmerman.
Yes, and the motion passes. As we have no old business tonight, I will turn it over to Superintendent Shaw for the second round of superintendent comments.
All right, so, tomorrow we have a half day of school. I'm sorry, late start. Sorry, students, I hope. I know there's not a single student listening to this meeting right now, so we're okay, all right? Now, when we were all in school, we had to go through government class, we had to take part in a board meeting or something, but we don't have that right now, so, sorry. A 2-hour late arrival tomorrow, okay? And then holiday events, it is hard to imagine that we are in December and it's, December 11th, I'm sorry, 10th, what are we on? 10th right there, because in a short time, it's gonna be January and say goodbye to 2024. This is our last meeting for this month right here. Our next meeting will be on January 14th, and it's our organizational meeting. The work session on that night will start at 6 o'clock because at 5 o'clock we will have our board dinner because January is Board Appreciation Month. For all you out there, we want to do something special for our board members. Board Appreciation Month is the month of January, and we appreciate all that our board members do. As all of you know, that in January, we'll be bringing on 2 new board members who are with us today, Gary Jenkins and Stacy Tarazi. And excited to have them come aboard. And then Mary Vincent and Carrie Williams are coming right back on. And then in a few moments, we're going to honor 2 of our board members who will be exiting the board. So that's all I have for comments tonight, sir.
Public commentary, any topic? Carol?
No.
Okay. That moves us down to board member commentary. Are there any board comments tonight?
The auditorium
Yep, we know.
curtains again. They're just in disarray
Yep.
and they're torn.
So do you feel we need to
and
replace
there's-
those?
When there's a performance, we have literally kids who have to hold on to the curtains or run across and close it and then hold it closed. And the back ones are torn and tattered, and I don't know if they pinned them or
some of them for the last performance, but we have so many people using our
Yep.
facilities that's the first thing they see. I want it to be bright and brilliant and wonderful for everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, I should have maybe made this comment when James Drew was still here, but when I came on the board, one of my first questions was, why aren't the Orchard kids allowed to access CTE? So I was really glad to hear that they're finally doing that, and they've got some students involved in that. I think that's very important.
I think it is too. Mr. Van Washenova? You gotta, you have
Oh,
something.
I
Come on.
have to say
Your last
something.
board
This is
meeting.
my last board meeting. I have to say
Absolutely.
something. No, I just want to thank everybody on this board for, number one, allowing me to be here and speak my piece. And I guess to speak my piece for the past 20-some years.
How many
really
years?
think-
How mu-
I don't know, 20-some years.
July 1st, 2003.
July 1st. Okay, so it'd be-
Not that anybody's counting.
Not that
We'll,
anybody's
we'll,
counting.
we'll help with that answer.
Not quite 20. I can't count that if I'm married, that's my problem. If I could-
Here, I'll
if
take
I-
my shoes off for
If
you.
Larry would have helped me here, I could have used his toes, but anyway. But really, I do appreciate this board. I think this board is probably one of the more involved board. I remember when I first came on the board, that's before the dinosaurs were born, but.
When you used to ride a horse
when-
in,
we
park it out
used to
back?
have- Yeah, the horse stable was back there. But people used to come, and we didn't get things on email because email wasn't, I guess it was around, but we never used it. We used to get packages, actually.
I used to print those packages, thank you.
Yeah, and I mean, people used to come, and for the first time, they would be opening their packages while we're in the meeting. I'm thinking, didn't you look at this stuff yet? So, I mean, I really appreciate the fact that people at least now are reading the stuff, understanding what's going on, and can have an intelligent discussion. I mean, that is really so important, I think. And I mean, to me, this whole experience has been a great education. I've learned a lot, and I think everybody else has helped me here learn a lot. I think I've been through, about 5 superintendents, I think.
Been through a few.
Quite a few, yep. Countless.
Who was the first one when you got here?
I think Dave Taylor.
Okay.
Yeah. And he was here for 20-some years, 27 years, I think. I was here with him, and then we had quite a few after that. Had quite a few team members. Do appreciate those. I learned a lot about finance. That was really great. So Kathy and those people helped me on that one. I think we are in pretty good shape financially now. So I think as I leave you, you'll be in pretty good shape. I anticipate for at least 2 years, even if the legislature doesn't give us any additional monies, because we got $10 million as of July. As of right now, we're probably close to, not quite zero, but we probably had, what, 2-3 million. So, I mean, we're still okay financially. So I think we're pretty good there. I also like the fact that we are now, I mean, as far as the scores on our state test, maybe we're not where we need to be, but I mean, at least for like the kindergartens, I mean, going from 20% efficiency to 70% at the end of the year, I mean, that's quite an accomplishment if you really stop and think about it. So, I mean, so for the small children, small students, I mean, they're coming along. So we're doing something right. Okay. Now, granted, I mean, the high school is 11th graders in particular, we have some problems there, but I mean, you know, we're starting at the lower grades and we're progressing up. So I think we have a good plan in action here that we can build upon. So I think, as I leave you, I think you should be in pretty good shape there. I am really excited about the 2 new members. I think they'll be a great addition to the board here. I think that they have a very good understanding of what's going on. And if anybody needs help, new members, old members, although I may not be coming to your meetings, if you need any help, I'm still around. I won't be going anywhere.
Would you like to tell us your cell phone number, Mr.
Yeah.
Yes.
The good news is
Larry
you
will
can
have.
use email.
Yes. I will be changing, but no. But yeah, I mean, but I'm still around. So, I mean, I do appreciate allowing me to spend past 21 years here. And for the people in the community too, thank you for allowing me to spend 21 years as well. And I think, like I say, I think you should be in pretty good shape, at least for the near future. So again, congratulations everyone that's won. Congratulations to new members, and I look forward to seeing new things happening here. It's time to turn a page. We got new blood on, new things still happen. And thank you everyone for allowing me to spend the 21 years here. Thank you. I could go on and on, but I'm a
Like
lawyer
wood chip?
after all,
Well,
and
wait
I
a minute.
don't stop.
Could we get like the wood chip
I can
thing?
give you the wood chip speech here, yeah.
That was the best.
All right.
All right, moving down to you, Mary.
I would just like to share that the work that's being done with Monroe Virtual High School and at Orchard is something that's really important. As somebody that did not have a traditional experience in high school, I think that what we are providing our students in those facilities is vital. And as you could see from the students' experiences, like they are too benefiting from that. So I am just so thrilled to see what is happening there. And then also I would like to say thank you to Darla for yesterday in our work session, talking about policy and also talking about how we needed to approve our new position before hiring for that position. So I would just like to say thank you for that diligence and making sure that we are upholding our due diligence as a board and following through on the policies that we put forth. So I just wanted to say thank you for that. That's all.
Darla?
So Carrie, I had nothing to say, but I'm gonna back you up
There
on
is
this.
no way I believe it.
So, like, look, I have no notes, I have no nothing,
Oh my
but,
God. And I just said how wonderful this.
I know.
board is, all
Look,
about,
look.
all knowledgeable. Oh,
and you just took out my words.
I know.
So, when there was a strong desire for the band room, and there was a lot of support shown for that. So I put my support behind the desire that you have for those curtains to be done, and I will stand as a voice with you on that because I think so.
Yeah.
No, I'll be quick. First, a huge thank you to Cabinet. You guys are just so responsive and professional. Cassie, wish she could steal you.
There'll be no stealing.
Just amazing, amazing the work that you've all done and the transformation that I've seen just in my short time here. Thank you to this board. They truly work together, even when we disagree, and it's always been friendly and respectful. And just you're great people. You truly are. Even when we disagree, I understand that everyone up here is coming from the right place, and I know the two new board members are as well. So I look forward to that. I look forward to continuing to work with the schools and our work. Huge shout out actually to Jason, who presented today, and Stephanie. They're working with us on a $700,000 grant right now out there to add put positions out there to really help transition students from here to the college. And I just really look forward to those relationships flourishing. Thank you, Andy. You've been just such a great partner in education. You really get it. I trust our kids with the work that you're doing. And to that, I have to defer the rest of my time back to Larry, who has earned it.
I thought you were going to say me.
No. No, I won't give my wood chip speech now.
I would also add that there's going to be a beautiful band concert, band and orchestra on Thursday evening.
Yep.
Join us, 7 p.m.
Where at?
at the high school.
All right, I wanted to make sure.
I'll be there holding the curtain back.
Okay.
I was just,
put out there. Sorry.
Larry, thanks for all your guidance that you've helped me through since I've been on the board.
We've known each other for.
Oh my God, we're not gonna do
40
that.
years?
40 years, yes, at least. I'll bet you closer to 45.
Well, probably.
Yeah,
A small knit community here.
absolutely.
And I think I share with everybody else. I appreciate what you've taught me and how you've taught this board your knowledge and shared it with us and answered all those questions that I tend to ask so I can understand. And so I appreciate that.
And thank God we have double doors over here, sir, for you to be able to walk up to me.
Yep.
And all the heat out.
Something to separate apart.
So on behalf of the school district, we do have a parting gift for each of our board members who's exiting. So Scott Behrens has been on our board since August 16th, 2022. I remember I was here that night. I just was, barely a week into the job at that point. And so Scott was appointed in 2022 there in August. And so we have a gift for him in appreciation of his time on our board. And if you just keep standing, we'll make it real easy on everyone. So, July 1st, 23. Now, what's interesting about that is that's when everything was still a July 1st board. So you started then, and then all of a sudden we went to January, people coming on. And so July 1st, 2003, Larry came on the board, president, vice president during his tenure, and so multiple positions right here. And so we truly appreciate all your time and dedication in Monroe Public Schools, sir.
I also had to be secretary too and put my time in there, so.
I was guessing you helped probably every position.
One position I was glad to get rid of.
You don't want to sign all those papers?
No, you sign much better than I do.
All right, and that concludes our agenda for this evening. Our next regular Board of Education meeting will be held Tuesday, January 14th, 2025. It will begin at 7 p.m. and the board work session will be held prior to the board meeting beginning at 6 p.m. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I will move to adjourn.
I'll
Can I get
second
support?
that.
Board of hands? Show of hands. This meeting is adjourned.